I have a lot to talk about, man. WWE has legit failed badly tonight. We get a TLC match before TLC between Seth Rollins. We get another match before TLC, the Officer Payne versus Chad Gable. And Bobby Roody, boy, I don't understand why WWE does this, and they're talking about well, between the Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin thing. Well, we haven't had a TLC match in 6 years. Blah blah blah. I'm really getting sick of tired of commentary talking. I wish they could just shut the fuck up sometimes, man. It really pisses me off when WWE gives me the same bullcrap. But I want to talk about Seth Rollins. He's saying Corbin is. He's saying this is Corbin's fault that Raw sucks. The ratings are low, which is kind of true, but he's not doing a good job at GM, which is also true. But Seth, my man, let me tell you one thing. Vince and his creative team in the booking is shitty. Just garbage. This show had no value to it. It was meaningless. It didn't mean nothing to me. They try to build towards TLC, in my opinion. Fuck off if you don't like what I gotta say. But it's the same shit. It's like they wrote last week's script in a remake of Monday Night Raw tonight. What else do you want me to talk about? Bailey and Alicia Fox. I didn't care. I didn't care. But out of nowhere, Bobby Lashley and Elias gets a meaningless match at TLC. A guitar hanging over their fucking heads. Did we not see that with Finn Balor and Elias last year? I could have swore we seen that last year, or whenever the fuck year that was. Cause I remember. What else do you like? Then you got Natalia talking about her dad's. The slob service story continues from last week. Same thing she said from last week. I honestly, and rest in peace to the man, Hart, the Hart kid, man. It's sad that her dad passed away, but I'm too young to remember his matches because I didn't really grow up in that era with him. But I'm gonna say something positive here. What the WWE is trying to do with Roman in this Natalie situation, they're trying to bring real life into this. It, it's okay to do that, but talking about a dead person is overdoing it. You can't sit there and tell me it's not. It's overdoing it. Same thing with Roman. It's overdoing it, bro. Like, you no wonder why your show sucks. You're trying to get ratings. It's the same shit that we get every week. And why are we getting two TLC matches before TLC in six? Which I think is happening this Sunday coming up. Don't understand that. Why have AOP lose to Chad Gable this week? I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it unpredictable. But they lose to Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. Really? Well, I don't even know what else happened on tonight's show. And yeah, the promo Nia Jax cuts. Well, what do you want me to talk about? you get a match. Poor Ember Moon is just treating like leftovers from Thanksgiving. I don't see her getting a big push anytime soon. You know, it's sad to see that because Nia gets opportunity after opportunity, which we've seen this match already. When did Dean Ambrose all of a sudden gets mad when people call him the lunatic fringe? Don't understand that, but I'm just gonna get into the whole fucking thing because I am sick and tired of watching the same shit over and over and over and over again. Let's say if you listen to an album, and I'm gonna put one album, your favorite rapper, favorite rock star album, or favorite any album. If you listen to that album over and over and over and over again, you're gonna get sick of it. Period. And you don't want to listen to it again. That's what Monday Night Raw is. If you see the same shit over and over and over and over again, who cares? Who honestly gives a fuck? Because I am tired of it. It's like they don't. It's like the creative don't have a brain up here, and I know they have a fucking brain. We all have brains. I don't want to know if their brains are smaller than our brains. It's like back in the day, you would get the same feuds, the same matches, but they would have come up creatively with something different every week. Now it's just like a stale paced show. I don't understand that. I really don't understand what WWE has against these wrestlers nowadays, where these wrestlers can't speak up. And basically, yeah. Okay, we are going to get into it, man. I don't know. I talked about it in the beginning. Seth Rollins he comes out and saying how bad this fucking show is, that the ratings are low, blaming Baron Corbin for some of it, which he's not doing a fine job as a GM. It's downright embarrassing. But whoever scripted Seth Rollins promo, which I know who, I'm not gonna say a name, you are an idiot because you know that, and they know that this show is just as bad as it was last week, and the writing and the creative team is just as bad as their shows are. Period. And I'm not gonna sit here. So he's calling Corbin a coward, and that's what we get, a tables and the ladders and chairs match before TLC. And I asked, why are we getting this before TLC? I don't understand this fucking writing right here. Like, why are we getting a fucking match before TLC? Why? Enough with the shit. You should have did this match probably 3 weeks before TLC. I would have been okay with it. But now I wasn't okay with it. I was barely even watching the main event, to be honest. Moving on here, man. So we get another TLC match before TLC, and it's the AOP. Instead, it's a 2-on-3 handicap match, and they lose. Why are we having AOP and losing before TLC? It makes them look like fucking rejects. And Drake Maverick, I am so annoyed with him being with AO fucking P. He needs to get booted out of that group and let AOP be by themselves, which they were doing fine before he came with AOP. Again, I ask, why is AOP losing before TLC? And now we got new tag team champions, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable is your new tag team champions. What a joke. So they have a backstage promo. So Bobby Roode says, well, we knew one day we would win these championships. The work we put in, I don't see any fucking work that you guys ever put in. You guys don't deserve the titles. Neither do AOP, because all WWE it did do is made them look like a pissing joke. It said you guys will make pissing jokes about them, so they're a pissing joke. And Chad Gable says, there's one thing in mind, and I gotta say it's glorious. Blah 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 blah. Didn't care. I don't get why we're getting a TLC match before TLC. Why is AOP losing this match? They should have just won it and probably lose at TLC. I don't fucking know. I'm not the creator of this team. So we get Natalie that comes out. Slob story. You know, she talks about she wears her heart on her sleeves and blah blah blah. The same thing that we heard last week. If you didn't watch last week's episode, I'm not about to read what she said or watch a video, because it's kind of downright disrespectful to me if you're bringing her dad into this. He passed away and he can't defend himself or say anything. So Ruby Riott and her knuckleheads come out with a table that's covered up in a cloth. She takes the cover off the cloth, and Rudy says, you and your dad would be closer after I slam you into this table this Sunday. Disrespectful. That's one thing that kind of got under my skin, but it's probably the same shit that we seen last week. I don't fucking understand why. Come up with something different. Come up with different writing. I hope by the end of this year, I hope Vince fires whoever writes this show. Then we get a match with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. What should I say? If you watched last week's episode, instead Ziggler won that match last week, but they changed it. Drew wins with a Claymore kick. Basically, it's the same shit that we seen last week, but WWE just erased Ziggler's name and put raises Ziggler's name and put Drew McIntyre's name on there and say you're gonna win tonight with a Claymore kick. What do you want me to say about this match? It was a good match. I'm not gonna lie and say it was a bad match. It was a really good match to me, but I seen it last week. I don't want to see it next week. Alicia Fox and Bayley. This is basically a Mitch match. Well, apparently 2 Mitch match partners, but why should I care about Alicia Fox and Bayley? They haven't done anything. WWE's not doing nothing with the 2 of them. How should I? Why should I care about these 2 if WWE's not gonna do nothing for these women? They came and booked their women's division right, but they want a fucking Queen of the Ring tournament. Fuck out of here, bro. I wasn't even interested in Evolution. I'm not saying the pay-per-view was horribly done wrong. I think it was just rushed. And they're gonna rush this Queen of the Ring bull BS. This is all nothing but they do it for the women. They're just doing it for the women, bro. F the men, right? So, Apollo Crews music hits. Bailey to Bailey to Alicia. No, hold on. Apollo Crews music hits. He takes out Ginger Mahal's knuckleheads. pick Sasha Banks up, throw her against Jinder Mahal and his two dumb knuckleheads. Bailey wins the Bailey. So more garbage. I don't understand this, and they no wonder why I don't care for this Queen of Ring tournament. Why should I? Elias, and Leo Rush. Elias comes out. He sings a little concert, which was the best thing on the show to me. I enjoy Elias and how he works with the crowd. He comes out, sings a song about Bobby Lashley, sucks, and we all know where WWE got that from. And I'm gonna say her name. WWE got that Bobby Lashley sucks trending from JD. We all know that. But I guess this is gonna be a match at TLC with Bobby Lashley versus what's his name? Elias. A ladders match with a guitar hanging above their heads. Why? My question: why is there a guitar above their heads? Do we not get this between him and Finn Balor before? It's like it's the same shit, different day, and I don't care for Bobby Lashley in his match at TLC. So shoot. So shoot. So shoot. I forgot to put this in there. We get a segment backstage with Dean Ambrose. He's looking at the graphics for Corbin versus Seth Rollins. Charlie Caruso is backstage with Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose. When is a problem now for Dean? When people call him the lunatic fringe, it's a big fucking problem. Why? He didn't have a problem with before. Why is he all of a sudden gets mad or offended when people say the lunatic fringe? It's just like I just don't get it, bro. Like he goes on to rant about he's gonna how he knows Seth Rollins isn't the architect. He says Rollins is doing anything for his big fat ego, and including the TLC match with Baron Corbin tonight. Ambrose says Rollins always stomp on him in Roman Reigns to go ahead. Ambrose goes on to say he will take the title from Seth Rollins on Sunday if he retains the title tonight. Then Charlie asks Dean Ambrose about what Roman Reigns thinks. He says, "Who cares?" Again, are we bringing Roman Reigns into this situation? I don't know why. Hell, what Roman thinks. Roman is probably not even watching the damn show, to be honest. So, Alexa Bliss music comes out. Alexa Bliss music hits. Before she even speaks, Nia Jax comes out, cuts an awful promo. And I didn't really give a fuck about it. Because I didn't care what she said or how she said it. She continued to talk about breaking Lynch's face. I don't understand that. Why are you talking about Becky Lynch where she's not there to defend herself? So it's. And she says she will use that to break Ronda Rousey's face. Rousey comes out, her music comes out, hits. No smiling, no shaking hands. She was all about business. Ronda says she's not here to talk about it. She's here to come to fight, and that's how we have a match between Amber Moon and Tamina. What should I say? Come on, bro. Like, it's the same shit that we had last week. Did we not see Amber Moon, Ronda Rousey versus Tamina and Nia Jax? Instead, they just changed it, erased Nia Jax's name and Ronda Rousey's name, and put Tamina in Amber Moon's name. It's the same thing. Amber Moon wins with a solar eclipse on her. Did you care? I didn't care. Don't care. I couldn't really get into it. So I didn't care too much about it. And I think the main event, listen, I don't know why WWE continues to put a pay-per-view match before. Why do they put a pay-per-view match on this show tonight? Just to get ratings up? They should have done that 2 weeks ago when the show was a shit show. They didn't learn from the mistakes. I don't think WWE will learn from anything on this fucking show. And I hope they are watching the review of tonight's show they had, because I'm about done with everything that they're doing. We get a pay-per-view match at the main event just for ratings. We all know this, for ratings. And Heath Slater is a referee now, and I forgot to mention that when Leo Rush and Elias was wrestling. I feel bad for Heath Slater, man. He's now a jobber. Call it what you want. He's a jobber now. He's not gonna go nowhere and be successful. And I don't understand why Baron Corbin continues to put himself in these fucking matches. It's fucking annoying. Like he did with Roman Reigns for the Universal Champion. Lost. Stop putting yourself in these matches if you know you're not gonna win, bro. You are burying yourself as GM. Now, if he would have won tonight's match, I would have been shocked. But we all knew Seth Rollins was going to win. So Seth won the match. That's how Monday Night Raw ends. This is my video about tonight's show, Object Failure. And I'm getting the fuck out of here.